So, the first time I smoked weed, um, I was a freshman in high school. It was pretty early on in my freshman year in high school. And before then, I had never really been interested in it. I took the health class stuff kind of seriously. They try to scare you straight, but to not do drugs and shit. And I took that very seriously. I was like, I'm never gonna do that stuff. I'm not interested in that stuff. But your self-esteem goes down, and you start feeling like shit, and you grow up and realize the world's fucked, and you're like, oh, maybe it would be good to alter my mind, or just, I don't know, it was probably just another, that's the way I think about it now, but also probably wasn't thinking that way at the time. It was more just an excitement thing, something to try. It's different. And I was very influenced by my very good friend at the time, my best friend. He had been my brother all through middle school and such. And he'd started doing it, and I was a bit hesitant at first, but then it was easy for him to kind of convince me to do it and try it with him. So I think it was December of 2011, I believe. And I remember we went to the mall or something with his mom earlier. And then when we got back, I remember this right around when I first gotten Twitter, back in the day too. Haven't had Twitter for years and years, 10 years now, but I was he got me into Twitter and stuff too. And I remember I made my Twitter account around that time probably. So I remember tweeting things that night. We were waiting for his mom to go to bed, and they were up past 11 or something. I was they were super late, and we're kind of getting frustrated, damn, go to bed please, so we can do this. But she finally went to bed. One of his other friends that lived in the neighborhood came over and had the goods, and we just smoked in his parents laundry room. We just blew it out the window, and we used we called it a ghetto blaster at the time. It was just a water bottle with a socket in it, and you burn holes in it and put the socket in, and you pack it in the socket, and you take hits from it like a bowl. So that's how I smoked the first time, and it was an interesting experience. I just still remember just the sensation, the flavor, and I'd never really experienced a flavor like that, the warmth of it going down. And I remember it took I didn't really feel anything at first. It felt kind of dazed, buzzed. I was walking around and stuff, and then it kind of just hit me like a sack of bricks. I know a lot of people talk about they don't get high their first time, but this did something in my head. It was interesting. I didn't think I was gonna get high at first, and then it was this weird sensation. This only happened a few times early on when I first smoked weed, and it was this it hit me all at once, and it was just I felt in this weird dreamy state, and it was just it was very weird to me. And I was my chest felt really heavy, I remember. And I remember I was kind of time was going by really slowly. We were sitting in the garage listening to music, and it was making me feel crazy. And I started tripping, I wanted this to be over. I didn't like it. It was really freaking me out. It was such a weird state to be in for me. And I ended up going to bed. Of course, I slept amazingly. Hit the bed and tonked out. But yeah, that was the first time I ever smoked weed, and not the best experience. Obviously, the paranoia was right off the top. But I ended up smoking again probably a month or something later. I remember one of my acquaintances at the time, I wouldn't call him a friend. I don't think he was ever really a friend. But we went to we wanted to get weed and smoke together, and we hit up this guy we knew from school or something, and he met us at this place in my grandmother's neighborhood that was almost within you could almost see my grandmother's house from where we were. It's this little box park, kind of office park, and it would have been snowing, and it snowed recently. So this is in January now. And we went to We got there, the guy came. Like I remember it was like right after Christmas time, so I like had like a gift card and stuff, and I like had to trade somebody like the Visa gift card to get $50 cash to like give this guy for weed. And like he showed up, and he's like, yeah, give us some money and then we'll go get it. I'm like, oh fuck, like what do you mean? This guy gonna just straight rip me right now? Like he's not like he's gonna steal my money? I was too much of a bitch. I'm like, all right, fine. That's not gonna work. And he drove off, and we were just chilling there for a while, and we're like, fuck, um, like it just took a while, and we're like, oh shit, maybe we got fucked over. But $50 for 2.5 fucking grams of weed is like, yeah, we were paying like top like crazy prices. It was easy for us to get ripped off at that time. You know what the fuck was going on. But I may have only bought just 2 grams and just given him $40 for that. But yeah, that's about what it was. And when we came back, there was like right before he got back, there was like a cop like kind of patrolling the neighborhood, and we're like, oh fuck. And then as soon as they fucking like, I remember he like slammed on the brakes or something, and like tripped us out, and it was like he was being fucking weird. And then like he like drove off, and then it's like soon after he drove off, the guys fucking came back with the shit, and like we grabbed that shit, and we're like, all right, we got to get out of here before this cop like is on to us. Like it was still very illegal at this time. We were like freaked out about it. It was hard to get your hands on it. There was no vaping, any of that shit. Like that wasn't a thing yet. It was like right at the end of like right before that stuff started happening. And so this is like early 2012 now. It's January of 2012. And there was like this like field like behind these houses right there. And if you cut through, we could get back to where I lived quicker. And because we were sketched out about that cop, we were just gonna walk through the neighborhood, and that cop like try to like do some shit. Not that he really had like any probable cause to do anything, but so we ended up cutting through this field, and it was covered in snow and ice and stuff. So like our pants got soaking wet and everything. But we made it back to my house, and I changed, and I remember like the warmth. And I remember looking out the window, and like after I changed and everything, and the cop went by my house, and I was like, oh man, like we dodged a bullet there. Well, we did it. And I think we didn't smoke that day, but I think we like smoked like one day during that week. I think it was like after, I don't know, it was after school one day. We like went in the woods behind this guy's house, and we smoked a bit. And I remember I just felt kind of dazed that time, like kind of buzzed throughout that time. It didn't really do much to me that time. I was feeling kind of weird. And the big thing we did at that time was play Minecraft after smoking. That was like a big thing. But nothing really happened that time. But then we did it the third time was at my parents' house. We like jumped this fence. There was a field behind my parents' house. It's gone now, but they built something back there. But we jumped the fence and smoked back there. Another ghetto blaster, those kind of things we did that time. We used to make the highlighter bowls too, like take the highlighter cap and stuff. That was a big thing around that time. We used to do a lot. It's crazy just smoking out of straight plastic and shit. It's fucking crazy. But we jumped the fence and like came back over, and I remember like we jumped back over the fence. When we got back over, that's kind of when it hit me again. Like it was like the same kind of sensation again. That's the first time I smoked, and that kind of like freaked me out. And we like wandered around the neighborhood and shit in the dark, and my mom was like on to us. Like she like ended up calling me like, what are you doing? Why are you out? And like I had to come back and like go up to her room and tell her I was fine and I was back and I was home. And it was just like, that was weird. But I kept smoking a lot throughout that time. I ended up getting arrested at a house when this house that we used to hang out at. That's another story. I'll save that for another video, actually. That's, you just gave me another idea of another video I could do. But so we had to get drug tests after that, and luckily we hadn't been smoking like before, so we had to go to court and everything. We got like community service. We were subject to drug tests. But we passed the first drug test, so it really wasn't an issue. Like, they didn't really even drug test us again after that. We did a community service, but that whole summer, like, we did the community service and we were just smoking all the time. And I remember that week that I was doing, I was definitely a pothead at that time. Like, but I never really liked it that much. But we'll get into that. But that week, there was a week when we were doing the community service that was really weird. It was like, it was just like kind of like a loop, like the same day. It was like this. We would do the stuff in the morning, and then we'd get high, and it would be like the same high feeling, and then the next day we'd do the thing, and then that same high feeling would happen again around the same time of day. It was so weird. It's like weird thinking about back on that now. And I remember all these times like walking back from places and just like feeling the summer sun on my skin. Like, there was really crazy sensations I would get. And I also have autism, so I probably had more intense like things happening with me when I did this. But I used to smoke a lot, and then like that summer it was like fine. Like, I was kind of like somewhat enjoying it, I guess. And like, I don't know, I just like didn't feel like as freaked out a lot of the time. But then it started getting a lot worse. Like especially towards the end of that summer, I used to just smoke. Like, I would smoke and I would get so fucked up. I would get so just insane. Like, I just get so paranoid and just freak out. And like, did not like the mind space that I was in at all. I would just think way too in-depthly about things. I would be freaked out that someone's going to catch me and be upset with me. And I just like, I did not like the feeling it gave me. Like, kind of why the best part of smoking weed was waking up the next morning and being normal again. Or I used to always sleep stuff off. I was always like, if I got way too fucking high and shit, I would like, almost every time I smoked, it would just like, I don't know, I would just fall asleep, and I would know that would make it better. But I just like, I was always freaking out and stuff. Like, I would just like, it would almost every time, I'd say like 90% of the time probably, I would freak out and not feel good. I just feel like super tense and like really scared and paranoid, and just like something bad was gonna happen. Just dread, just like people would never really like liked me that much. Had never, like, I was not a very talkative person. Like, I have autism. Didn't know that at the time, but always struggled socially, and people always look at me as weird, and I didn't want to be looked at as weird. But I didn't know how to talk to people, and I would just sit there and I would just be like, all these people are just looking at me weird. What are these people thinking of me right now? Like, they're like, why am I even here? Like, just tripping about shit. But I didn't like the feeling it gave me, but at the same time, like, I feel like I kept doing it. One, because I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool to be smoking weed. Like, I'm a pothead. I'm a cool, like, guy who smokes weed. I'm a bad guy, a bad kid. That's another thing to try to get people to like me, I guess. And I liked like actually smoking, like I liked the actual act of smoking. I really enjoyed that, even though I hated the smell of it when it was burning, and just like, because it just got associated with kind of like me freaking out and like not feeling good. So I don't like the smell of it anymore. It just really, it's like traumatized me. It's just like I just smell it and I'm like, fuck, like I don't like that shit. Like, it just makes me not feel good. But I think I kept doing it, especially because like it would get me into this crazy state. But it would help me, like, when I would come down, it would make me appreciate being sober. And I think that's kind of what I was looking for each time, is that like I just like I was not in a good place mentally, quite depressed, and I guess it was fun to make myself more uncomfortable so I could be comfortable later. That's like something that I've always done. Like, I get bored of like my sober life, I guess, would at the time. or like I don't even know if it really was that much, but like I just like it would make me appreciate my downtime like more when I was sober. And I think I mostly was just doing it just to like, oh, I got to do this. People think it's cool and accept me. I've always been a person to go through acts. Like I can't talk, so I act. I do things that other people like admired, that they thought were cool and would like admire me and like actually pay attention to me. And I guess that's what I was doing. I was just telling myself, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be uncomfortable for a while. Or I was holding on to the hope that it would actually make me feel like okay this time. But it almost never did. And it was just a loop. I just kept doing that shit for years. And that's why like I said, like I wanted to be a pothead. I wanted to be like, I thought it would be cool if I was a pothead. But I couldn't do it. Like my brain never liked that shit. I really liked drinking alcohol. I made a video about alcohol yesterday actually. I really liked alcohols. It made me like feel intensely, like it made me just like feel the opposite of what the weed did. Weed made me couch locked. It would. I remember if I would drink alcohol sometimes, and then I would be like, oh, I don't care. I'm like, I'm good. I'll smoke some weed, and then I would smoke weed, and the high would completely take over, and I would just end up on the couch. Like I'd be all like hyper and stuff before from the alcohol, and like in a good mood and shit, and then I would just shut down. Like I wouldn't say anything. I would shut down. I would be on the couch, like falling the fuck asleep, just like I can't move. Like, no, I don't want to do anything. That shit happened all the time. But it's just interesting to think about that. But weed was never really something. I smoked weed so many times, but it was never really my thing. And I guess I felt a lot of peer pressure, I guess, to keep doing it. And I was like stuck in this group of friends that were always doing it, and like you were not accepted really if you weren't doing it. Like there were so many times I remember I was always be so anxious. Like people were like, you should smoke, dude. Like why aren't you smoking? And it's like that's another thing. Like I'm saying, like people never liked me unless I was doing things like they wanted me to do, or like I was doing something cool. Like I wasn't accepted if I wasn't doing drugs or drinking or whatever. Like if I didn't want to be like, it was just the thing. It was just like the people I was around. And that's just how it affected me. I wanted people to like me, and those were the people I was around, and I thought that's what would make people like me. But yeah, weed's just not my thing. Last time I smoked weed, I think, was in 2021. I had like a little phase again, like where I tried it again, like 2018. I think I tried it for the first time again. I hadn't smoked since like it's probably been like 3 years or so, 3 or 4-ish years by that time. I just wanted to try it again, see if it was different. Because I was like healthier. I was like active, and like I was in good shape and stuff. And it still like had the same effects on me. It still made me freak out. Still not made me feel good at all. But I still did it here and there because I was getting kind of depressed again. I was lonely and didn't know what else to fucking do. And I don't know why I was doing it. It's just like my mental state. But 2021 I did it because my partner and I at the time went to DC, and you could start buying it legally there, and we kind of bought some just like out of the novelty of it, and like went to a place and bought weed. And we came back, and like I smoked it like one time or something, and I was just like, nah, like I don't really have any interest in this anymore. And I just like saw that like a lot of like me smoking and like doing substances is just from a depression standpoint. I hated, like I wasn't happy in life, so I wanted to alter my state of being. And that's why people do substances. But it's a hard world to live in to an extent, so I understand. But it's just I've found other ways that help me more, and I don't care to do drugs and alcohol and shit. But this is my thoughts on weed. I have other stories that I could tell, but I'm probably not gonna make this video too long. Kind of end it here. It's kind of all I really have to say. So tell me your times with the marijuana below, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.